Good evening, friends. Today, we will again take up this concept of business news analysis for 26th April 2024. So, as a standard practice, we will take the newspaper Business Standard and see what are the various headings and what are the various items they are covering, what is the background of these news items. So, let me share uh, the Business Standard newspaper. So if you see the Business Standard newspaper, so as usual, first initially we'll go through this top left hand corner. What is given there? This is given the market movement as on the previous day. So the market movement normally it is characterized by the indices. So the indexes represent what overall market is doing. So we take a basket of stocks, a basket of large cap stocks, representative stocks, and see the movement. So we have a basket of 30 stocks known as Sensex, which has gone up by around 486 points, almost half a percent, more than half a percent. And Sensex is at 74,399, 339. And Nifty, we consider normally Nifty as more important because a lot of derivative uh, trades, almost 90% of the derivative trades are done on Nifty or NSE. So Nifty is up 167 points at 22,570. Nifty future still is trading at a premium of almost 90 points at 22,654. Dollar is at 83.3. Euro versus rupee is at 89.4. And Brent crude is at 87.5. And gold 10 grams 71,805. So these are the basic indicators which will help us understand what is going on in the economy. So, and one if you come to the news item side, we have a news item which is saying, Indigo places this news item which I'm trying to focus on this. So, Indigo places $5 billion order for 30 A350 wide body planes. So it's a huge order, as you know. You might be recently seeing how the air traffic is going up heavily, and India is booming air traffic. And where is this all these growth items? How the economy is growing, and along with that, these companies are placed. And we have two main competitors in this aeroplane manufacturing, that is Boeing and Airbus. So as you see, in some of you might have observed, as in any industry, the top two or three competitors get 80% of the market share. So I think Professor Jagdish Sheth, and I have written this book or article also, where top 2 to 3 companies will get the huge market share. Like if you just take footwear, Adidas and Nike. So like this. And if you see here, or Swiggy and Zomato. In fact, Swiggy has a news item on Swiggy also. So you see another news item where the Swiggy gets one step closer to 1.25 billion IPO. So Swiggy is also huge valuation they are commanding. So one of the important trends driving this growth of Swiggy and Zomato is how these cities, more people are orders are going into the way of Swiggy and Zomato because of lack of time, lack of expertise, and sudden no, visitors coming to their homes. So a lot of no, Swiggy and Zomatization of food market. So that's how they are able to charge premiums from the restaurants. We'll come to that when we come to that news item. And if you see the other news items, we can see there is an advertisement where results, because now is the result season, fourth quarter result season. Now we have fourth quarter. Quarter four means January, February, March. So this JFM fourth quarter of financial year 23-24. And if you see the news items, TCS CEO says AI may replace call centers. So a lot of low value services like call centers, they say that it may be taken by artificial intelligence. And some of the items on this international economy, that is US GDP growth slows sharply to 1.6% in quarter one. So for them, they follow a January to December financial year. In their quarter one, we have a GDP growth is coming down in US. And I think the same items where they are giving an Indigo's news item and not Swiggy item. Indigo, they are going for uh, Airbus aircrafts. And if you see the Swiggy news item, they're saying that a lot of other companies are in the pipeline, new age tech companies. So they say that huge IPO is expected from Ola Electric, 5,500 crores, Voyo of around 3,300 to 5,000 crores, First Cry of 1,800 crores, and Portia Medical 1,000 crores, MobiQuick 700 crores, AWFIS 160 crores. A lot of boom in the IPO by seeing the optimism in the secondary market. So this go in a hand in hand where now if there is a not much activity in the secondary market, IPO market also cools down. But now there is a lot of enthusiasm for the IPOs. Now you see, and one of the news items says that Vodafone India, Birla says Vodafone India to make smart turnaround. So they are trying to revive this Vodafone, and the stock is up 6%. Now you see the individual companies news. The companies news you have Divi Labs. That means every day there is you see there is some stocks in the news. Okay, or stocks in what we call stocks in play. Because there is huge amount of news items are coming. So you can see that some stocks are active in the market, and that's how in the stock market. How do you get to get this uh, lot of volatility coming because of information? So what moves stock prices? Stock prices are impacted by the news items. So new information coming into the market, and that when news gets impounded in the stock prices. That's what we call price discovery. So stock market, after all, stock market is a place for price discovery where the news items comes and the stock prices react. That means that in the sense of buyers and sellers come to the marketplace. And so very news items on no, Brigade Enterprises, Laurus Labs, Purvankara and INAX, all these companies, news items are displayed in the second page. And like that, there is items are how Vedanta as net profit has gone down by 27% due to some Tuticorin project. And there is a news item on Tech Mahindra revenue. And another news on Nestle profit goes up by 27% to 934 crores. So because there are all quarterly results, or what you call fourth quarter, or there is a full year also coming because financial year 23-24 has come to a close with March 31st ending. And there is another news where ACC profit after tax has gone up 4 times to 945 crores. So one thing the business students can do is they can take up those results and try to go line by line, whether in that P&L account, line by line items, and how their analysis is can be seen in their financial statements, like balance sheet and profit and loss account. They can try to correlate with the news reports with uh, the reported statements. And as we have seen in the initial top page, they say that artificial intelligence could replace need for call centers. TCS CEO Kritivasan. And also there is a related news item where Flipkart bets on Gen AI to improve customer and seller experience. So a lot of talk about how AI is replacing low value services. And if you see the fourth page, mostly these political items are coming, where depending upon the polls, Lok Sabha polls. Another item is saying share of unspent funds under MP led double during 17th Lok Sabha. So a lot of funds are flying. That means only uh, unused where because of MPs not taking active role in finding out projects and try to spend this money. And if you come to seventh page, it is saying that the expectation is that above normal monsoon is predicted, and this is that food prices may come down with this monsoon sitting. Yeah. Now another news item is IndusInd Bank profit jumps 15%. Maybe a normal increase, but the journalistic language they say jumps, so it is a bit to attract our attention. Bajaj Finance net profit up 21% to 3,825 crores. And again, there is some explanation given on how US GDP is slows sharply to 1.6%. So there is a, because of slowdown in growth. It is saying that the Federal Reserve may cut interest rates because there is this, all these are correlated, where growth, inflation, interest rates, exchange rates. So all these things are interlinked, and that is how the system runs. Whenever there is a cut in interest rates, that means a lot of money supply is released, and it will help the economy, and also stock markets gets a positive view from that. If you come to the editorial page, there is editorial page is saying that exporting services, India is a, he says that one of the shining spots in the Indian economy over the past few decades has been the momentum in services exports. So it has not only helped contain the trade gap, the source of job creation in the economy, highly skilled jobs. Uh, so Indian growth is dependent upon the services-led exports. We have become more of a service-oriented economy from agriculture economy, where we have jumped to service-based economy. Somehow the manufacturing revolution we have not completely taken advantage of. So because of our peculiar situation, we have focused on the services. And there is another item by Ajay Chibbar, that is India's growth model needs a serious course correction. So this is also talking about the same thing, how our growth model, we are not emulating China, but we are going ahead to service-based economy directly from agriculture-based economy. And he talks about what is the demographic dividend. The demographic dividend means how our population will be an advantage. Our young population will be an advantage for India. And in another 12th page, you see fintech companies want simpler KYC, know your customer or merchants. So this is also big. Digital finance is becoming a big uh, explosion in India. You see the number of transactions and type of penetration, internet penetration. They're saying almost internet penetration has crossed 100 billion accounts, internet accounts. There's a lot of positive news items you see here. India in privileged position, poised for growth over 20 years. So they say that in India is a lot of these next decades. India is at the positive growth cycle. You see the 16 page number 16. Here is a lot of business stock market items are coming here. So exchanges I index derivatives with new stock additions. So new policy, that is stock exchanges are expanding the buffet of index derivatives. Number of stocks permitted to trade in this space, generating average. So mostly index derivatives are flourishing instead of single stock futures or single stock options. So the derivatives and indexes are going up, whereas there is not much interest in single stock derivatives. So that's one of the important thing is there is now the new NSE has introduced Nifty next to 50 index F&O contracts. That means the next rung of Nifty 50. That is Nifty next to 50 items. It is. Let me adjust my camera briefly. So that is how these stock exchanges are positioning, because now Nifty 50 and Nifty Bank Index most popular indexes for the traders. And there is a news item on Hindustan Unilever stock of how the gradual volume recovery and valuations are supporting it. And if you see the next page, the smart investor, Axis Bank re-rating to continue and study NIM, net interest margins. So this is most important when trying to evaluate bank stocks. NIMs, that NIMs are very important, because it says that NIM is nothing but interest, no, how much the interest is collected by the bank and how much interest is paying. So interest on loans minus interest on deposits. So if that is a bit that is increasing a steady trend, that means the bank will get more profits. As banks assets widen, banks assets increase, and the NIMs are steady, then that means you get to a good profit growth. And if you see the stock market news, how the companies are uh, moving up. So some of these, some companies like Soba Developers, it says that it has improved 78% this year, and it is hit all new all-time high at 1,768. So this is a stock market page. It gives you everything, all statistics, advanced decline, the fund statistics, day stop gainers, stop losers, most traded, and active calls, active puts, and spurt in volumes, 52-week new highs and lows. All these things are given here. And some mandatory advertisements of IPOs and rights issues. IPOs or FPOs, follow on public offers. So this is how the business news analysis has to be done. So for students of business and finance, they can concentrate on broadly 4 to 5 areas, like financial markets, economy news, corporate news, industry news, and editorial. So that way you can split the whatever news available 2 to 4 to 5 sections and try to develop an intuition over a period of 6 months to 1 year. You'll be able to connect the dots. Thank you. Thank you very much.